They taught me restraint was virtue, that holding back made me noble, that the measure of a man wasn't in his power, but in his ability to pretend he didn't have it. But Zod was right. I am not here to serve them. I am here to show them the cost of survival. The planet is quiet from up here. That's something no one tells you. How still it is when you step outside the orbit of expectation. No voices, no breathing, no heartbeat, but your own, steady and immense. Just the soft, magnetic ache of Earth pulling at you, begging you to come home. But Earth is not my home. Not really. I told myself that lie for so long I forgot what truth felt like. I put on glasses and shame and called it humility. I fought like a man. Lost like one, too. I learned to walk small in rooms, to measure my words like I was rationing them. I let myself be folded into their shape, convinced that the act of bending made me strong. The silence tells me something else now. I was never their equal, and I was never supposed to be their hope. Bruce didn't beg. That's what stays with me. He walked into that chamber like a priest into a lion's den, without armor, without panic. Just that steady, miserable cadence in his step, like he'd already accepted the sermon and the altar. As if he could talk me back from the edge, as if I hadn't already stepped off it. He said my name, not Kal-El, not Superman. He said Clark, like that still meant something. But it didn't feel like a name anymore. It felt like a costume. A man I buried the moment I realized Zod was right. You choose them, Zod told me once. You pretend to belong. But one day, you will see what they are, and what you are not. I didn't see it when I killed him. I see it now. When I crushed the comm pin in Bruce's armor, I didn't do it with hate. I did it because the sound of his voice reminded me of everything I used to fear. Hesitation, empathy, failure. He didn't scream. He didn't fight. He just looked up and waited, like he knew what I'd become before I did. And maybe that's why it felt like mercy. Because when I ended him, I ended the last person who could have made me doubt this path. I looked down at my hands after. The blood. His blood. Warm on skin that hadn't bruised in decades. For the first time in years, I felt weightless, not from flight, from choice. I hovered over Gotham for 97 seconds. No wind, no cloud cover, just a city holding its breath. I saw sparks from the Arkham breach lighting up the night like gunpowder stars. I saw fire blooming along the Narrows. I saw the bat signal flicker and fail. And then I saw them. Looking up. Children. Officers. Strangers. Survivors. So many eyes searching the sky for salvation. And they found me instead. Not the symbol. Not the cape. Not the man. Just the reality of what I am. Judgment. And they still didn't run. Because they couldn't fathom it. Even after all their history. All their warnings. All their stories about gods turning dark. They never believed it would be me. But Zod believed. He saw the flaw in their species. That they confuse kindness with debt. And now that debt is due. There's something perfect about silence after collapse. No more radio static. No more watchtower surveillance. No more league chatter. Just air and fear. And the unlearning of everything Earth believed. I saw Diana watching me from above, trapped in the orbital shell, her fists clenched, her jaw tight. She would come for me, not because she believed I could be saved, but because she had to try. That's her flaw. She thinks willpower is a weapon. But what I have now, what I've become, isn't rage. It's release. No more masks. No more counsel. No more pretending I was sent here to help. I was sent here to survive. And now that I understand that, I won't stop. Not until they all understand what Zod tried to give them, and what they rejected. The air tastes different now. Thin, sterile, like the planet is holding its breath and doesn't dare exhale until I say so. I can feel the warmth I've stolen from it. Sunlight gathered under my skin, pressing at my bones, humming in every nerve. It's too much for them to see with their eyes, but I know their instruments are screaming. I know they're watching the numbers climb and wondering how much more their world can take before it burns. The oceans are stirring. I can hear the churn in the pressure systems, the faint groan of ice giving way somewhere far south. They'll blame it on climate patterns. They won't want to believe it's me. But the truth is, this is what happens when a world is forced to feed a sun that doesn't set. I keep my orbit tight. Not a hunt, a ceremony. Each slow circle cuts my shadow deeper into the city below, branding it over and over until they understand. The heat from my passage leaves eddies in the air, bending the wind into strange, reverent shapes. They will read the message in their skies, the pulse I've carved into their light, each glyph a truth they've spent generations avoiding. You chose fear over reverence. I can feel the letters burning themselves into the retinas of those who dare to look too long. They won't forget them, even in their dreams. I don't move in for the kill. Not yet. I want them to feel the weight of stillness, the inevitability. This is not conquest. It is the moment before a knee bends. It is the silence before a prayer. The temptation is there, to drop through the clouds, to let the heat in my veins uncoil and tear through steel and stone until the skyline is honest again. But restraint now is not the same thing they taught me before. This is not mercy. This is anticipation. I am no longer here to fight them. I am here to stand above them until they remember who they are standing beneath. And the first to look up and understand were the ones who used to call me friend. Their faces are still with me. Diana's stubborn defiance, Bruce's final calm, Hal's smirk that always hid his fear. They're gone now, scattered, broken, or buried. But they are the first names in the scripture I am writing tonight. There will be others,